Hi friends, welcome back. And today we are going to discussing about our new topic, that is a functional interface. Okay, if you see my previous videos, I have explained for Lambda expression and Stream API, and also we saw the optional and method reference. There are four different kind of things we have seen. Okay, for Java 8 features, and this is the one like a functional interface. This is also Java interface, sorry, Java 8 feature, and how you can able to implement this particular functional interface. Functional interface is nothing but is an one uh, what are the things we can learn for this particular video is basically we can see that what is this functional interface and why this is required in Selenium, and example, three or four examples I'll show you, like how we can able to write for wait, okay, wait function, and also how you can able to write for action, and how you can able to check some element is visible or not, and also how you can able to do some extracting for the text from the element. Okay, these are the things we can able to see in this particular session. First of all, what is a functional interface? Is an interface with only one abstract method, only one abstract method. Okay, how it will be do, it can be used, it can be used with the lambda expression or method reference. Any one we can able to use, we can able to do this particular action. Okay, how it will be there, the syntax wise, right? If you say at the rate of functional interface, okay, inside that interface, and we are using for calculator, in this particular place we can able to say int operator, and here a comma b. Okay, this one. Okay, and how you can able to use, if you use for lambda expression with the simple way. Okay, first we can able to use for this calculator. Okay, and there we can choose for a, add a comma a b. Okay, and here we can able to use for a plus b. Okay, like this. In case if you want to do subtract, and you can able to use for calculator sub, and you can able to a comma b and a minus b. And if you want to multiplication, you can use for same, and you can change for the operator. Like this we can able to use for multiple place for single function. Okay, how it will be, why this functional interface in Selenium, we can able to use for reusable code. Now only I told you, right? We can able to use for subtract place, you can able to copy paste, and you can change for here is a subtract. Okay, and if you want to use for multiplication, you can able to use for here this is a multiplication. This is a reusable code for all the place. One second, power connection. Okay, we can able to reuse the reusable conditions or checks or customized conditions. These are the things we can able to use it. Okay, by using that lambda expression or method reference into this functional interface. Okay, how it will be there, and we can able to see a simple example with the proper way creation. Okay, first of all I'll create for here this utility. You can create for utility anywhere, it will be there, but for my understanding purpose just I created here. You can able to create like in this particular place, right? Src main java, here you can create for utility folder. Okay, inside that utility folder you can create this particular files. Okay, now I'm creating here. Okay, uh, we can create the interface. Okay, you can able to call it as a functional interfaces. Okay, functional interfaces. Okay, And also I'm going to create one more file, one more class that is like a utils, element utils I'm going to use. Okay. And then we can able to use for our class to access all the files. Okay. And here I'll use for interface class. Okay. Interface class. Okay. These are the three classes. Okay. First interface place what we need to implement. Okay. Inside that we can able to use at the rate functional interface. You can see after you highlighted, right? Here you can see the information annotation type used for indication that interface type declaration is instant to be in a functional interface as defined by the Java language specifications. This concept is like a functional interface can be extracting one abstract method, since a default method have an implementation, they are not abstract. Okay, if an interface declaration has abstract methods overridden one of by the public method of Java objects. Okay, that does not count the toward the interfaces. Abstract method count since any implementation of the interface will be have implementation. Okay, you can able to create those things. Okay, there are so much of information here. You can able to learn based upon that. Okay, and now we are creating that functional interface. Now, okay, functional interface, and here first I'll create for public an interface inside that I am creating for another interface, public interface, and using for await condition, await condition. Okay, sorry. In this wait condition, I'm going to use for boolean check. Okay, in this boolean check, what I need to use WebDriver. Okay, I'm going to defining the WebDriver and driver. This is basically a checking purpose. Okay. Second case I'll use for, and here I'll use for element check whether element is presented or not type checking purpose. Okay. And this is also one kind of check, but this is a validation purpose. Okay. Validation. And here instead of WebDriver, I'm going to use for web element because we need to check the web element. Okay. Now this also I'm implementing, and here I will use for element. Okay. Now another one I'll use here. Element check we have done, and element action we can able to. Okay. Element action. Okay. From the element action we can able to boolean, instead of boolean we can able to use a void, and here we use the check and validation and perform. Okay. Perform. Okay. In this perform again we am going to use for element actions only. Okay. Web element. Okay. And another one I'll use for extracting that element. Okay. I'm going to extracting that element. I'll use for extractor. Okay. This extractor I'll use for T. Okay. Basically we need to do all kind of extractions, right, for that. Okay. And this is basically extracting purpose, string values it will be do. Okay. Extract. Okay. And here we can able to use T hyphen element. Okay. Because what kind of value it will come we don't know, because of that we are using this one. Okay. And now this all functionality we need to implement into our element location, because we need to reuse the codes, right? For that I'm going to use. Okay. And we can first we need to do for private a web driver, because we need to do for driver to provide all the kind of things. Now I'm going to use to create my constructor, public and web driver and driver. Okay. And we are using for this dot driver is equal to a driver. Okay. And now we have implemented for drivers, and now we need to create a generic application, like sorry, generic wait. Okay. Generic wait for using our functional interface. Okay. Generic wait, how you can able to create: first public void await utils. Okay. And here we need to use the wait condition. Wait condition, this is the wait condition we have mentioned here. Okay. This is the one. Okay. And here I will use for condition. Okay. Comma into seconds, because we need to provide the seconds wise, right, for that. Okay. And now what we need to use a web driver wait, we can use for wait, and then we need to use for driver, which is we have already, and here we can able to use for duration and of seconds. Okay, that is a seconds. We can provide for how many seconds we want, that many seconds we can able to provide. Okay, and I'm using for my wait a dot util, and here we can able to provide that condition colon check. Okay, that check we have already written here. Okay, this check will be checked into in this location. Automatically it will check and it will provide you. Okay, it will wait for that particular time. Okay, and now second we need to do some applying the apply any action on element. Okay, any element purpose we are going to do. Okay, and again here validation purpose, right, we can able to use for public avoid do action. Okay, do action, some actions we can able to do. Okay, by okay locator, and then we can able to use for element check. There are two things, element check it is there, and also you can see element check this one and element action. Okay, two actions. Okay, one now we are doing for element action, sorry, element action. First we can do some element actions. Okay, and do the action, and here we can able to use for public element. Okay, and driver dot find element, we can able to use the locator, and then we can able to do for some action dot perform. Okay, in this perform we are doing for the action. Okay, first we done the actions. Okay, now we are going to do for validation. Okay, with that particular locator, whether it is presented or not, like that we need to do some validation. Okay, for this again we need to use that validation condition. Okay, public boolean, we can mark it as a validation. Okay, validation or validate anything. Okay, fine, based upon your convenient you can able to provide. Okay, locator, and here we can able to use for now here element check, previous element action we are used, and now we are going to check because there is a check condition. Okay, return check dot validation. Okay, check dot validation, and here we can able to use for driver dot find element, and we can able to use the locator. Okay, this will be checked. Okay, and another one is extract. We already told, right? Extract also we can able to check. Okay, extracting for web element and all we can able to extraction. Okay, and here public a list of string. Okay, list of string, and we can able to do extract from elements. Okay, the extract from elements by dot locator. Okay, and we can able to use a extractor. Okay, that is a web element. Okay, and this particular case we are going to do for extractor. Okay, and then the function creation, and here we need to return driver dot find element, so find elements, and we can able to make it as a locator, and then we need to use our stream API, and then we need to use for map. Okay, in this map we are going to use for extractor colon and extract. Okay, and then we need to use that entire things from the collection, and we can use for collector and to list. Okay, and this is the one to extracting for all the elements and displaying purpose. Okay, now we are done for all the methods. Now here there are a couple of things. One is wait condition purpose, one is action purpose, one is validation, and one is extracting the elements. Okay, this is the simplest way, right? Or simple logic it is there. Okay, nothing different, right? And now we are going to creating our cases to check whether it is simplest way, whether we are able to do or not. Okay, void interface methods. Okay, now I'm saving. Now we are going to see this particular website. Okay, now I'll copy the code from here, these particular lines. I'll keep it and I'll copy this and I'll save it from here. Okay, now we have done. Okay, first one we have done. Okay, now we need to this element utilities we need to import here. Okay, utils, and then we can able to use for utils and new utils driver we need to pass because it is accepted for constructor we have. Okay, first one is a wait condition. Okay, await condition for any kind like explicitly wait we are using, right? That explicitly wait now we are using here. From here we can able to wait for this particular name field to be visible. Okay, name field to be displayed. This is ID it is having. Okay, now we are going to use for this utils dot, and we need to use for await utils because this is a function we created. And now I'm creating for lambda expression a d dot a find element and by dot id. Okay, and here we are providing this, and here we can able to use for 10 seconds. Okay, and here we are waiting for is displayed or not. If that is displayed, and you can able to go ahead, otherwise you can go close it. Okay, this is a single line. Okay, previous these all the steps we are using. Okay, which we have used here, right? These particular things again, this we need to provide, and again we need to provide like this. If you something like again you need to wait for password also, the simplest single line we can able to reuse that. Okay, I'll wait for password as well. Okay, how many things you want to wait, just you can able to reuse this function. You can middle also you can able to reuse. Nothing to worry now, right? Password also I'm using. Okay. Now one case it is done. And second one, we need to do some actions. Okay. For the actions, we need to do for send case information and login purpose also you need to click, right? That also you can able to use it. Here you can able to click or you can able to send it. Now I'm going to use for same utils dot do action. Okay. From this do action, by dot id. Okay. You can able to use for your username. Okay. And then comma, and here we are using for action lambda expression again. Okay. Send keys. And here you can able to see this is my naming convention. Okay. And I'm passing here. Okay. And password also you can able to do password. Again, password it is a password only. Okay. And here you can able to take this particular username. Okay. Now only password is will work. No, even you can take for XPath, and that particular XPath also you can able to provide it. If you there is a login, it is there, and type is submit. Okay. We can check for this whether it is another value it is there or not. Okay. And control F, and you can use for button, and then you can able to use for this particular condition. Okay. You can see only one it is there that we can able to use it. Okay. Now again I'm coming back. Okay. We can able to do that as well. Okay. Or else you can able to do some class it is there, right? Dot class this particular action purpose. Okay. That also we can do. Okay. We can do for with the method reference how you can able to implement that also we can do. Uh, element action. We are using for element action with that particular element action without that method, right? How you can able to use element action that sorry not click not click element actions. Okay, now directly method reference. Okay, that action class we are already created with that method reference. Now lambda expression we created, we discussed, right? One is method reference and another one is lambda expression. Previous we used for lambda expression. Now I'm going to use showing for method reference as well. Okay, that is click we are going to do, and here what kind of things we are going to do, a web element. Okay, from this web element what you are going to do, click action. Okay, this is a method. Okay, now this particular action also we can able to do by using that clicking action. Okay, and here utils dot do action. Okay, and by dot xpath. Okay, from this xpath I'll paste it this. Okay, this is my xpath, and here is my click action. Okay, click action where it is, this is the my method. Okay, this particular method we are going to providing here to click on that. Okay, this is a method reference. Method reference. Okay, and another one is that particular element is displayed or not, you have to check. Okay, even we can able to use to check that particular element is visibility is presented or not also. Okay, for that validation also we can able to do by using the method reference. Okay, logout element, before clicking we can check. Here I'll do for validation. Okay, whether my login button is visibility is presented or not. Okay, this is basically I'm using for element check check operation, okay, is displayed, okay, is displayed. You can able to directly, you can able to use for here there is a method called display condition purpose we are using, right? That also this validation you can able to use that as well, and this also you can able to use, okay. And I'm using for here to display that, okay. Web element colon is displayed, okay, is displayed I'm using, and boolean logout visible, okay, utils dot a validation, okay, utils dot validation by dot xpath, okay, that xpath again I'm going to use for here to check, okay, and the method called is displayed, okay. And now I'm going to click here, sorry, here sys out, and here we can able to mention for logout button is visible, okay. We can plus I can use for logout visible, okay. This will be done for visibility, okay. After login, inside that we have for extracting condition, okay, extracting we can able to do for extract as well. From that particular after login I can able to get for one hyperlinks, okay, that hyperlinks I want to get it, okay. How we can able to get it? We can able to get that extractor, okay, that is a web element, okay, and we can able to get the text, okay. From the get the text we can able to use for web element get text, okay. Now list of strings we are going to get, okay. From that links we are going to get, okay, utils dot extract from elements, okay, by dot tag name, sorry, tag name, that my tag name is a, okay. From that particular tag we are going to get extracting the all the information, okay. Once we get the extraction, okay, then we need to get that links dot for each, because we need to display everything, okay. Now I'm going to display system dot out println, okay. We are displaying everything. Once everything is done, I need to close my browser. I'm going to close it, okay. Now this is the functionality. One is we have used for wait condition, and also we used for lambda expression to send the information, and we use the method references, and there we are used for validation, whether it is visibility is presented or not, and second we used for clicking purpose, and we are extracting the elements, okay. Now I'm going to run here. Yeah. Sorry, see here it is there, and all elements are presented, okay. See true and elements, okay. Like this we can able to do, okay. What are the covers we have done so far, right? Custom functionality interfaces, okay. Wait condition we used, element check and element check actions, and extracting the elements, and we use that lambda expression also here, and also we use it for method reference and stream API to do that, okay. This is a one kind of reusable utilities, okay. Very less code we can able to do all the actions, okay. Every time we can able to use and we can able to quickly do that. Okay, this is all about for functional interface. I hope it this entire information help for you. Thank you for watching and please do subscribe and share to your friends and colleagues. Thank you.